everyone, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for joining me. Here's the latest for Valentine's Day fireball reports. Boy, there was quite a few. We got some from the Netherlands, Belgium, I believe, Italy, US, Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania. Also, let's see, Idaho, Minnesota, North Dakota, Nebraska, South Dakota, and Wisconsin. More from the U.S. last night. Alabama, Georgia, Kentucky, North Carolina, and South Carolina. Today is a 10-year anniversary for the asteroid Chelyabinsk that flew across Russia, causing so much damage. It was a wake-up call for planetary defense. I really don't know how well of a job they're doing. There was a fireball that I reported that was first discovered only 7 hours before it passed through the Earth's atmosphere from an astronomer there in Hungary. On Wikipedia, they have an image of the different size of different asteroids, fireballs that have come to Earth. We got one in Chelyabinsk. That was, again, 2009. It was 5 to 10 meters across. So that would be about 15 to 33 feet. The Chelyabinsk Asteroid, that fireball, was between 17 and 20 meters. Its size was about 55 feet, maybe 10 inches, a little bit bigger, to maybe 66 feet wide. And then down here at the bottom, we got the Behringer crater. The Behringer crater, I'm not quite sure if that's down there by Mexico, the Yucatan Peninsula. But, so that would be about 164 feet. Where the Tunguska meteor, that I believe was an airburst, and it flattened all the trees in a very wide area. You can look that up. And that one they think was about 164 to maybe about 262 feet across. The Chelyabinsk asteroid surprised scientists by coming from the direction of the sun to a blind spot for telescopes and other sensors on the ground. The resulting explosion caused millions of dollars of damage throughout Chelyabinsk and injured thousands of residents across an area hundreds of miles wide. This here is the wall of a factory that was damaged by the shockwave from the meteor in Ural city of Chelyabinsk. This was a zinc plant. There was people that suffered eye damage from the intense ultraviolet radiation caused by the blast and to their skin. Regional governor at that time felt the need to deny some residents had broken their own windows in the aftermath of the meteor to qualify for financial assistance. As of that evening, which was Friday, the governor had announced that throughout the city, 200,000 square meters of glass needed replacing. That's estimated to be about 50 acres worth of glass that the government had to pay for. And then just a few hours after the meteor streaked across the sky, it broke into pieces, and Dmitry Rozgin, then the deputy prime minister, pushed for plans for a terrestrial defense system to protect against future meteors, asteroids, and comets along with their sonic booms. About 20,000 police and emergency workers were mobilized to get the city and region back in order. A perfectly round hole about 20 feet across, having appeared in the frozen lake just outside of Chelyabinsk city, and divers were sent there searching for the meteorite fragments. The meteor traveled at about 40,000 miles per hour and unleashed the energy of 20 Hiroshima-sized bombs as it detonated in the atmosphere. This meteor exploded in the air about 18 miles high. Most of its energy was absorbed by the atmosphere, which created the shock wave. So far, it is known as the largest object to have entered Earth's atmosphere since 1908, the Tunguska event, which destroyed a wide remote forest and a very sparsely populated area that was in Siberia. It occurred at 9:21 a.m., just a few minutes before sunrise there. Some of the witnesses said that the air had smelled like gunpowder afterwards. Here's another image of that zinc factory that was destroyed. The meteor approached from the southeast and exploded about 25 miles south of the center of Chelyabinsk at a height of about 23.3 kilometers or 76,000 feet. Here's an image of divers retrieving what was thought to be the largest chunk of meteorite from Chelyabinsk Lake. There was about 3 explosions, and it took about 2 minutes and 23 seconds to 2 minutes and 57 seconds for the air blast to reach the city. So great was the blast that the sound reverberated around the world several times, taking up to more than a day to dissipate. Kind of reminds me of that Honga Tonga volcanic eruption. So the first report that came in yesterday was at 8:01 Central Daylight Time. There was 5 reports in Georgia, Kentucky, North Carolina, and South Carolina, and Alabama. This report from Alabama doesn't have a color. One from Kentucky said it was purple, blue, light yellow, and white. A report from Sugar Mountain, North Carolina, said this is my first time reporting a fireball, but now I know what to do when I see one, when observing it out of the blue. In the future, I watch the sky a lot. I find it beautiful. And they said it was orange, yellow, light yellow, red, and white. Faint green trail. There is no images. Also yesterday morning, there was 10 reports that came from Idaho, Minnesota, North Dakota, Nebraska, South Dakota, Wisconsin. And no images that I see. One of the reports from Minnesota said it was yellow, light yellow, and white. A report from South Dakota said, at first I thought it was a plane, but then the lights separated before one fizzled out and the other disappeared. The sky had no clouds. Yeah, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And they said it was light yellow. A report from North Dakota said it was light yellow, and white. Again, no images were submitted. 8 reports came from Michigan. This would have been at 3:41 a.m. yesterday. Oh, there is one video, actually a photograph. Let me click on that. I don't know. Yeah, I can make it bigger. Right there. That came from close to Cleveland. Oh, they do have a video. Okay. Cleveland, Ohio. Close to there. Royalton, Ohio. And they said the color was white. No sound. So we'll play the video. And I know it's above that street light right there. Okay. There actually might be 2 of them. Oh, he zoomed in on the other one is what he did. Report from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Color was light yellow and white. A report from Fowler, Ohio. And the color was green and orange. No sound. Another report from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. If you go to the Google Maps of my address, brown brick white porch, I was standing between the tree in the front yard and the rock next to the driveway. The fireball was to the right of my large pine tree in the backyard and was above the height of my neighbor's rooftop. It was mostly straight down in descent. And do we have a color? White. No sound. 24 reports from Italy. And I don't see an image posted on here. This report here says it was light green. Oh, dark green, excuse me. Now, this one here says it was green, emerald, or emerald green, and yellow. What else we got here? That's it. And another report said it was dark green. And that's it on that one. That one came from the north and moved south. And then last night there was 6 reports. Looks like the Netherlands and Belgium. That came from the west moving east. One of the reports from the Netherlands says it was too fast and consistent to be something mechanical. And close, I think. What else do they have to say here? Yellow. Color was yellow. No sound. And then another report. Northern part of Netherlands, it looks like. That it was light yellow. They're almost directly in front of where it happened. And that's it. Another report from the Netherlands thought it was rare. It is the second time I've seen this event. Never have before until last year. And now, I guess I am extremely lucky. Yeah, Netherlands. Okay. And the color was yellow. I'm glad they put it in English. So someone asked me about fireballs that they had seen, I believe, last night. They don't have anything reported here. I don't remember what state they were in. But if you saw something, please put your information down below. Yeah, our defense systems for asteroids, voids, yeah, meteorites, yeah, they're not very good. And even for balloons. I had heard that we raised the DEFCON level. Yeah, I don't know. So anyways, yeah. Did you see any of these nighttime or even daytime events? If so, please put those down below. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you're still subscribed, because the AI on YouTube, for some reason, messes up and unsubscribes people, often multiple times. And of course, please share my videos. Please stay safe. You never know what might happen. Could be a chemical fire. It could be another chicken farm that's burning up. Tornadoes, flooding. You just don't know. Earthquakes, volcanic eruption. Have a backup plan, what you're going to do. Meet up with your loved ones. Have a bug out bag packed with all your papers and extra clothing and medication, things like that. And don't forget the pets. And as always, please stay safe. And I'll talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.